All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a market that honestly is absolutely buzzing with potential, yet somehow it still flies way under the radar for a lot of global and local investors. We're unlocking Bangladesh. We are going to explore 10 high-growth, deeply researched business opportunities, and even more importantly, we're going to break down the exact strategic roadmap you need to actually launch and execute them successfully. So if you're an entrepreneur or an investor hungry for sustainable, scalable growth, you are definitely in the right place.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, the Bangladesh economic boom. Second, feeding a growing nation. Third, manufacturing and consumer goods. Fourth, tech and premium exports. And finally, number 5, executing with TNIB. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Bangladesh economic boom. Now, to really grasp the opportunity here, we have to start by looking at the sheer scale and momentum of this market.
And the absolute crucial starting point is this staggering number, a population exceeding 170 million people. Let that sink in for a second. This massive domestic consumer base is exactly what's making Bangladesh one of Asia's absolute fastest-growing economies. We are talking about a dense, highly active market where the demand for everyday goods is just skyrocketing.
But you know the why behind this boom goes way beyond just headcount. It's being driven by rapid urbanization, rising disposable income, and expanding digital connectivity. Plus, and this is huge, the government is heavily backing private sector investment. They're actively rolling out SME financing facilities, export incentives, and building dedicated economic zones. Basically, this is the incredibly fertile ground where we're going to be planting our business ideas today.
Section 2. Feeding a growing nation. With 170 million people whose tastes are modernizing super rapidly, this sector is absolutely critical.
What's wild here is the massive spectrum of opportunity depending on your capital. You could start a lean, small-scale packaged spice operation for as little as 15 lakh Bangladeshi taka, in a space of just a couple thousand square feet. But if you've got serious capital to deploy, you could scale that right up to a massive 20 crore taka large-scale dairy plant. From poultry feed to agro-processing to organic fertilizers, the runway for a scalable entry is incredibly diverse. Just imagine tapping into a market where daily consumption and repeat purchasing behavior guarantee incredible growth. I mean, spices, milk, poultry feed, these are not nice-to-haves, they are absolute necessities. And consumers are actively shifting from traditional loose items to hygienically packaged branded goods. That behavioral shift alone creates a massive potential for both local dominance and, let's not forget, lucrative export channels to Bangladeshi communities living abroad.
Section 3. Manufacturing and consumer goods. Next, we are looking at the foundational industries that supply everyday life and support the country's massive export pipelines.
Notice the really consistent investment baseline here. Whether you're looking at garments, accessories, plastic household products, or furniture manufacturing, it takes around 20 to 50 lakh BDT to get started on the smaller side. You can actually set up a highly efficient production line in a relatively compact footprint of, say, 2,000 to 3,000 square feet initially.
Now, these businesses are brilliantly positioned because they feed two giant engines. First up, Bangladesh is a global apparel manufacturing hub. All those garments? They need tags, buttons, woven labels, cartons. That's a continuous, massive B2B demand source. Second, the domestic population boom and that growing middle class we talked about are moving into new homes. They need beds, office furniture, and everyday plastic goods like containers and hangers. The demand is quite literally built right into the demographics.
Section 4. Tech and premium exports. Let's completely shift gears now to two highly specialized industries that are breaking some tremendous new ground.
Talk about a striking contrast. This perfectly highlights the sheer variety of opportunities we're looking at. On one end, you've got the modern, low-overhead digital space, software, and mobile app development. Digital transformation is accelerating, and for 10 to 50 lakh BDT, you can tap into a local and global market for SaaS and ERP solutions. On the complete other end, agar-wood cultivation. This requires land instead of an office space, and it taps into a 400-year-old heritage mostly located in the Sylhet region. It's a centuries-old, highly lucrative natural resource export.
Now, if you aren't familiar with agar-wood, the premium pricing here is going to blow you away. It's so valuable, it's often called liquid gold by luxury perfumers globally. It's honestly a stellar example of how a specialized, local heritage product can absolutely dominate an international export market. Whether you're coding software or cultivating rare wood, the margins at the premium end are fantastic.
Section 5. Executing with TNIB. So, you've seen the 10 opportunities. From dairy to digital, the potential is just undeniable. But
Here is the absolutely critical question. How do you actually turn these concepts into reality without totally stumbling in a new market?
Well, international partners are already establishing the answer for us. As this quote perfectly highlights, Trade and Investment Bangladesh, or TNIB, is the credible mentor you need. Entering a fast-moving market requires deep local insight and strategic guidance, and international CEOs are already validating TNIB's ethical practice and the sheer quality of their execution.
Founded by MD Joynal Abdin, TNIB steps in to guide entrepreneurs, SMEs, and institutional investors. And here's the kicker. They aren't the kind of consultants who just hand you a thick PDF report and wish you luck. No, they stay with you from the initial strategy development all the way through to direct market execution. They truly act as your co-pilot.
They provide true end-to-end solutions, breaking their support down into 4 key pillars: business consultancy, IT services, digital marketing, and specialized professional services. Let's see exactly what's inside these categories.
This is their execution arsenal. By combining that deep market insight with technology, they literally take the friction out of every single step. Need to find buyers for your garments and accessories? They do buyer-seller matchmaking. Launching that software development company? They'll handle your SEO, Google Ads, and all your digital marketing. From commercial due diligence before you spend a single taka to dealer recruitment across the entire country, they handle the heavy lifting.
Think of them as your strategic anchor in Bangladesh. Whether you are building that localized 15-lakh BDT package spice operation we talked about, or you're a foreign investor looking to drop 20 crore BDT into a massive dairy processing plant, TNIB provides the exact blueprint and the operational support to make it happen safely and, most importantly, profitably.
And that brings us to the end of our roadmap. We've seen the sheer size of the 170 million strong market. We've explored the specific industries that are totally ripe for disruption, and we've found the perfect strategic partner in TNIB to help you actually execute. A scalable, highly profitable business in Bangladesh is entirely within your grasp with the right planning. So I'll leave you with this provocative thought. The opportunities are definitely waiting. The real question is, which market will you conquer first? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I genuinely cannot wait to see what you build.